Day 2 at the Qatar Goodwood Festival. Anna Kerr from Matchbook is with me again, and really looking forward to day 2. But day 1 didn't disappoint, did it? And a good day yesterday.
Oh my goodness, Stradivarius was just imperious in victory, wasn't he? It was just amazing. I was talking to one of the photographers who was down at the furlong marker, and he said it looked, when you watch the playback, the Torcedor really was putting it up to him, but he wasn't moving. He just gave him a little tap down the shoulder and he just went clear. I think he actually won with a bit in hand.
Oh, he canter cleared, didn't he? Yeah. He did it in the style of the top stair, the top in that division that he is. And we also saw, Anna, we saw some brilliant finishes. We talked yesterday about how Goodwood it can be carnage in running for some runners. It can be a race if you get after a favourite and they meet trouble. It can be a nightmare. But the filly won the last. The move over to Matchbook Handicap Stakes moved swiftly, which was good. Yes. And it was just so exciting. James Joel picking his way through. We love seeing that at Goodwood.
It was incredible. And then that finish with Breton Rock, where it was almost, they were just going crazy. It was impossible to see who had won, and you could hear the roar from the crowd, the ooh, when they announced the result. It was absolutely fantastic. And
Gerald Mossé on Sir Dancelot just got up in the end, and he's the loveliest Frenchman I've ever met. So there you go. Well done to him. He's a charming man. What about today? Because Matchbook, you're sponsoring 2 races here today. We've got the Qatar Sussex Stakes as well. The opener is the Matchbook Betting Podcast. A handicap, which I know everyone has listened to already, and it's over 2 miles, 5 furlongs. It's a unique race because they run back on themselves, and they turn the corner and they come back up the straight.
Exactly. They start at the finish, which is always a good spectacle here on the day. This is a real lottery, this one, I think. I don't know what you think. Well, I think it's made all the more difficult because Lil Rockefeller is there, a horse off the jumps, who, if you look at based upon his jumps rating, not that there's an exact equation for it, but he would look a very well-treated horse on the flat. However, he hasn't run on the flat for a good few years. No, that's it. And he does look really, really solid. He's very, very solid in the market. I think I was looking through earlier. I quite liked Infel, Marcus Dragonings. I think he could go quite close. And he's
a progressive horse, so the ground should be fine for him as well.
Absolutely. And then the other I thought was interesting, Arthur McBride, if he could return to form, that would be quite an interesting.
He loves it here, that horse.
Exactly.
We've got last year's winner, Cool Sky, back, but one concern I just have a little bit for Cool Sky is that when he won last year, you were here last year.
I was.
It was slightly different ground.
Very, very different ground. I was wearing wellies in the parade ring last year. It was a monsoon.
Yeah.
And we had Ed Arkle had a chat with us last night. He said the ground is drying up very quickly and he'd expect it to be firm by Friday. So that doesn't really, it's not really tallying up really, is it? So I think Little Rockefeller, very, very solid in the market. It's hard to get away from him. Yeah,
he's been pretty well supported, and Sylvester de Souza, the master of the staying races. He won the Cesarewitch last year, and I mean, I could see him going very, very well. What about the next one, the next handicap that you sponsored? That is the move over to Matchbook Handicap. Takes over a mile and a half, and another beautiful start because it starts right over the far side of the track, way down below our feet as we'd stand now. They climb uphill and they run a mile and a half around the track.
So we've had a bit of money this morning for Making Miracles. Mark Johnson's 3-handed in this, and he probably looks the best of his trio. We've also had quite a bit in for Infrastructure, in from 6.6 to 5.1 this morning. So they're quite interesting. I thought Ledger Entry Corgi is quite interesting for Hughie Morrison. Also has a very good record here. I think with this race, I want to get down to the paddock beforehand. I want to see them and get a good look because I think there's a few unexposed types in this field. And
Francesca Kumani said on the Matchbook Betting Podcast, her tip of the week was this drill, trained by her dad, bred by her mum. I'm involved already, so I think he could be worth paying attention to as well.
Wouldn't that be a story? That would be seriously nice.
That's proper insider knowledge, that, isn't it?
It is. That's the great thing about having the insights. That's why we need insights from people. Also, Polish for Roger Charlton at a bit of a longer price. I think he's got a nice profile.
Yeah, I think Trip's definitely going to suit. I like Making Miracles. Ryan Moore and Mark Johnson, I think they've got about a 25% strike rate when they team up together, but I know he heads the market. What about this feature? Because loads of people are split, Anna. Expert Eye, Without Parole. Is it more than just a 2-horse race? What do you think?
I'm such a sucker for a story. I think Lightning Spear is definitely going to be in the shake-up. He was incredible here when he won the Celebration Mile last year. It was literally a flare of a nostril between him and Zonderland. I think he will be in the shake-up. Whether or not he's good enough to win, it would be wonderful if he did. But probably unlikely. I'm Expert Eye. I'm a big Expert Eye fan, and I think there's a lot more to come from him. He showed so much promise here last year, but being back here again this year, the ground in his favour. I think I'd love to see him win it.
He was really good in the Jersey Stakes last time. I think Without Parole's a good thing of the day, so there you are. But I've been wrong plenty of times before, unfortunately.
Haven't we all?
Yes.
The money is coming very strongly for Beat the Bank.
Yeah.
So he's another one. It's hard to judge the profile a bit on it. These 3-year-olds, it's been a bit wishy-washy through the season. They keep getting beat, coming back. So the only one that's unbeaten is Without Parole. So is today the day he's going to get beat? Is today the day he's going to emulate his father? We'll have to wait and see. My money's on Expert Eye.
Son of Frank, as you say, Without Parole. But the one horse that hasn't proved himself at the track out of those that Anna's mentioned, Beat the Bank, is a course and distance winner. We know that Expert Eye won here last year. And the other horse that you mentioned who won the Summer Mile the last couple of starts, Lightning Spear, he's a course and distance winner as well. So I'm sticking with Without Parole. You're not putting me off yet.
It's hard, though, isn't it? It's hard. And it's such an intriguing race, which I think that's what we want these races to be, you know. So get down to the paddock, have a look and see what catches your eye.
We're blessed again, aren't we? We're lucky with today.
Oh, it's so sunny, it's so lovely. I think we should go and have a glass of bubbles.
Done. Deal. Anna, thanks very much. Let's have a great day.
Okay, see you tomorrow.